Hello there. You may have noticed a box sitting next to me. What's in the box, you might ask? Well, this is the Endurance set from LEGO. Based on the three-masted barquentine used by Sir Ernest Shackleton during his 1914 Antarctic expedition. The original Endurance on which this set is based was launched in 1912 and got trapped in the sea ice during the Antarctic expedition, eventually sinking to the bottom of the sea in 1915. The wreck now lies at the bottom of the Weddell Sea in about 3,000 meters of water. She was rediscovered in 2022 and was found to be in remarkably well-preserved condition. This set is like a collision of a few different things from my life coming together. Growing up, I used to build LEGO sets all the time. And then as I got older, I ended up actually sailing on a barquentine, and now I work in the maritime industry full-time. Additionally, I've always had an appreciation of history, and the story of Ernest Shackleton and his Antarctic expedition was known to me already. I don't quite recall all the details of when I first learned of Shackleton's expedition to Antarctica, but I seem to remember I was younger and it had something to do with an exhibit at the Museum of Science in Boston. I don't know if that's 100% accurate, but that's how I remember it. The barquentine that I personally sailed on was built in 1901. The Endurance here, or the original Endurance, was built in 1912. So there was really only about 10 years separating them. So there's a lot of similarities in what you would find on this vessel versus the one that I was actually on. How could I pass up having a fairly decently sized ship model built out of LEGO in my home? Alright, enough about all that. Let's actually get into the set and see what it's all about. So, let's start with the packaging. This is packaged beautifully. It's definitely a far cry from the LEGO set packaging that I remember when I was a kid. I remember them being, big yellow boxes, I think, and definitely, tailored more towards a younger clientele. This box is definitely far darker and more sophisticated, I suppose, in its presentation. I like the use of black with the sort of glowing backlighting, highlighting the model. It looks elegant. The box itself is rectangular in shape, and it has 6 sides, 4 of which have actual images of the model printed on it. The front of the box here, we have a side-on view of the ship. This side, we have an aft view looking forward, so we're looking at the stern of the model here. The top of the box has a top-down facing image, so this is an aerial view as if we're above the model. The back side of the box has another side-on view of the ship, and it also has a few inset images on one side showing some detail of the actual model. And it also includes this little bit of line art showing you the model and how big it is. It has a scale for size showing you it's 80 centimeters in length, or 31.5 inches, and then it's 47 centimeters or 18.5 inches in height. And then this side of the box, not much, just some LEGO information about packaging and distribution stuff. At the bottom of the box, you have this white LEGO brick pattern, barcodes and recycling information and whatnot. And then the front of the box at the bottom, Once again, it's 18 plus model number, and it's 3,011 pieces. So I'll be here for a little bit building this. Now, what do you say we open it up and see what's inside? To do that, we're going to have to unseal it on the back edge here. There's 4 different locations where it's taped up. So I'm going to have to find some sort of a cutting implement to unseal it and get inside. Fortunately, I happen to have the perfect tool for the job. What this is my rigging knife. This is the tool that I carry aboard a tall ship when I'm working on one. We use it to work with the lines if we need to do any sort of cutting or splicing, any sort of repair work on any part of the rigging. And what it consists of is the actual rigging knife, which has what's known as a sheep's foot tip on it. And I have a marlin spike here. My particular set actually has 2 different marlin spikes. I have this larger one, and then I also have a smaller one. Marlin spikes are used if you're doing any sort of splicing or if you have to undo a really tight knot. They also have other uses as well. But yeah, this is something that an actual tall ship sailor, such as one that would be as crew on the Endurance, would have used and still use today on a tall ship. So, with the knife, let's get inside. All right, the box is unsealed. Let's see what we got here. How does she open? All right, so looks like I only had to open one end. I guess I didn't have to open the other one, but oh well, live and learn. What I've got here is on this side, I've got a bunch of bags with the Lego bricks in them. Looks like they have numbers on them. This particular bag is number 4. So I'll set that down. I'll set all these bags out, and probably I'm going to want to set them in order to make building this thing a lot easier. But we'll get the bags out first. Find out how many I am actually dealing with here. All right, that's a lot. Okay, that is a lot of bags. Oh, I think that's all the Lego bags, right? Yeah. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Found myself box number 1. 11. All right. Box number 1. We'll start there. So, box 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. All right. Looks like I have 14 bags of Lego bricks here that I'm going to have to deal with. Hopefully the instructions will tell me what to do. So on the other side of the box, there's another box. This is just a plain white box with numbers on it. No idea what's in here, but also similarly, it is taped on the back, so I'm going to have to cut into that, see what's inside. Oh, and I've got even more Lego bricks. All right. Oh man. Ugh. Okay. I think I'm gonna need a bigger table. Okay. It looks like I have a total of 28 numbered bags here for this model. It's a lot of bags. I think this is probably the largest set that I've ever built. I don't remember any of the sets growing up having this many bags of pieces. So this will be an adventure. Also in the box here, we have an envelope with something, little brown envelope attached to the bigger white envelope. It says don't cut on it, so it's probably, let's see what's in here. Oh, okay, yeah. These are my sails. So these are little bits of cloth that will eventually become the sails on the model. I'll put those back in the envelope for safekeeping. This white envelope is, again, sealed up. I'll undo that. All right. Oh, okay. Looks like a thick instruction manual here for the model. We've got a nice view of the model here, kind of a bow shot. As if you were in the water and the ship was about to run over you. Yeah, anyway. This is a thick instruction booklet. Wow, lots of pages. Okay, this will be fun, you know. What else we got here? Oh, okay. Looks like there's some information about Shackleton's journey in the actual, the beginning of the booklet. Some information from the design team on how they went about designing the model. And this looks like it's in English, French, and Spanish. So if you speak or read either one of those languages, there's information in this book for you. All right, now I have all 28 bags of Lego bricks strewn about here on the table. I probably should reverse the order that I have them out here. Right now I have 28 in front of me, and bag 1's way up there. I'm going to quickly reverse the order here, so 28's up there and 1 is down here, so then I can just kind of go through and grab the bag that I need. And then I also have these 2 bags that don't have any numbers on them. It looks like, if I had to guess what these are, I'd say these are probably the masts, and I think these are the shrouds. So I'll leave those aside for when I need them. I'll put them next to the sails. And right now I will quickly reverse the order of the bags. Okay, done. Bags are now in order. So I can go ahead and start building this set. Step 1, dump out the bag. And even the big bags have little bags. All right. Oh, look at that. I obviously haven't used Lego in years. These things were the best invention that Lego came up with. I used to have one that was larger and gray, like a dark gray. But this is definitely smaller. Or maybe I'm just bigger. Either way, these little brick removers were the best thing Lego ever came up with. Anyway, let's get to building. So, this instruction manual is 421 pages. I'm definitely going to be here a while. All right, well, I've got the model pretty much built now. Only a couple things remain. Have the little plaque that goes on the bottom of the base here that I just need to install. The plaque says Endurance, the name of the vessel, and has a bit of information about it. Originally, she was named Polaris. Tells you the actual vessel was 350 gross registered tons. Her length was 144 feet, or 44 meters in length. Her beam is 25 feet, or 7.6 meters. The propulsion was a 350 horsepower coal-fired steam engine, and her top speed was 10.2 knots, and she had a crew complement of 28 sailors. So I'll just put that right there at the bottom of the base. And now I have one thing left to do. She is fully rigged and sails are set. Now I just need to raise the British red ensign. And she is ready to go. This was probably the first time in about 20 years that I've actually sat down and built a Lego set. The experience was definitely enjoyable and brought back some memories working with some familiar bricks, but also encountering new bricks that I have never seen before. The build itself was overall enjoyable, although a bit intense in some places and definitely took a bit of endurance to make it through. But ultimately, I survived, and I have before me this lovely Lego barquentine. During this build, I was looking at it through two different lenses. One was the perspective of someone who had worked with Lego a lot in their youth, and then the other was someone who's familiar with ships such as this in actual real life. And it was sort of interesting to see how on one side the Lego design team decided to go about designing and building the model, and then also seeing elements that are actual, like, real life elements on a ship and how they manifested in Lego form. Overall, I'm very happy with how this model came out, and it is going to make a wonderful addition to my home decor. In addition to the model of the Endurance being displayed such as this and admired from afar, the design team at LEGO decided to create a few interior elements of the ship as well. Starting back here, back aft, I can lift up the boom and take off this little bit of deck. And in here we have two cabins that we can peer down inside and take a look at the interiors of. And then working forward, we can go into the next compartment if we just take off the stack here and grab the skylight, and this deck section comes off. The two lifeboats back aft come with it, and we can peer down inside into the engine room and see the steam engine. This model also has a working rudder that can be controlled by the ship's wheel on the stern deck. Also, as an added bonus, the ship's propeller spins. So there you have it, the Endurance set from LEGO. I hope you enjoyed following me along on this unboxing and build of the model. Now, it's time we take a closer look.